Thank you.
Thank you. So Vasanti Ranganathan, please tell us about your work and please tell us a story.
Yes. I enjoy working with kids. I meet a lot of different people and I write their stories. This is my first attempt in sharing a story in this forum. However, I have listened to many of Eric Miller's programs, and I'm so happy to be accommodated today. And it's a pleasure. Eric has been working with me a little bit to help me understand how to do this, and I'll try my best, believe me. The story is called The Cost of the Rising Sun. It was about 8 p.m. that night, and Rangan got home very tired. His hands ached, he was very hungry, his legs were very painful, and his mom gave him some hot kanji with small onions that he could taste, savor, and really enjoy. While he ate or drank the hot kanji, it flowed into his stomach and into his heart, and a smile came on his face. He thought of karakoramba, chicken biryani, idli, adarsam, just about everything he would have loved to have had. But he was a happy young boy, about 8 years old, and he went to bed really tired. And he dreamt. And he dreamt of the little school in his neighborhood. He would peek through those little windows,
Papa, fruits or soup
hut, where a number of his friends went to school, about 8, 9 years old. They all had a sling bag on their back, oily hair, looking very bright, and would hold a pencil and a book, and some of them even wore slippers. That is where he wanted to be someday, to go to school and look at that pretty teacher and learn how to read and write. But you see, he was the breadwinner in the family. He had his mom and his little sister, who was a real baby to look after. And he had to get up early in the morning and rush along with some of his friends from Nungambakam, because they all worked for a nadar shop. And they had to scurry and run fast and go to Kottawal Chowdi and pick up a lot of stuff, vegetables, fruits, grains, and come rushing back in time so that the nadar can sell it. So even as he was dreaming of the school, he tried to stretch and enjoy and just kicked a little vessel holding some water, and it rattled. His mom got up from the other corner of the thatched hut, all covered with a little bit torn blanket, and she said, "Ranga, time to get up. Come on, I will give you kanji, hot kanji with egg masala when you get back." "Oh," said Ranga, "so no food in the morning, no hot kanji." But he had to go, he had to be there on time. So he quickly got up, went out to the little tap that was just poised at the end of the street, washed himself, brushed his teeth, and drank as much water as he could. It was very filling in his stomach, and his heart was so full, thinking of that hot kanji and the egg masala that his mom would give him on his return. So he ran to those hand-drawn carts where many boys of his age had gathered to draw the carts from Nungambakam near the Nadar shop to Kottawal Chowdi where they had to load and bring back all the stuff. And they were laughing and singing. And one of them said, I'm going to be the first. The other one said, no, 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 I will be the first. And then they made a bet. They said, the first one will get an extra corn that he could enjoy all by himself. So with the corn in his head and the water in his stomach, Ranga positioned himself in the handcart and he started scuttling. So were the others. And then slowly he looked up. He saw orange, yellow, brown tree logs with green leaves wavering. And slowly the beautiful sun was coming up, bringing sunlight. He savored the beauty of the sun and was not watching. Ah! Oh! Something hurt. And the sun kind of froze in his eyes. Something was very sticky. And it was real hurting pain that slowly moved up his foot into his heart. Sticky, sticky all the way. And he said, ah! The boys were going along. And he bent down. He was wearing an almost torn shirt. His trousers tied with a black tight string. He cannot tear anything from the trouser, so he quickly tore a part of his shirt, bent down, and there was a rusty nail sticking into his foot. Oh, he can't handle this. But what to do? He pulled out that nail, tied the cloth around his foot, and he was still limping. Ayo, Amma. But he dragged and he dragged and he dragged. The pain was going into his heart and into his head. It was filling his own self. And the road was sticky with the blood still flowing out. And Ranga went on to the shop a little late. The wholesale merchant was very angry. Hey, Ranga, how dare you, so late? We are losing business. And he took a big stick and hit Ranga right on his head. Curly hair, forehead hurt, big blob came up. Ranga touched, and it was a big ball, much like an egg he might have when he got home. But it ached and it ached, head ached, stomach ached, leg ached, blood was still flowing. And then, afraid of his boss, he just got onto the handcart and he started moving, limping. Ayo, Amma, Amma, paining ma, Amma, he cried, and he limped back slowly. Finally reached Nungambakam. And there stood the Nadar. He was very upset. He said, Ranga, only 20 paisa for you, not 25. You have come late. And he gave 20 paisa into the hands of Ranga. Legs sticky, head paining, stomach empty. Ranga didn't know what he was holding. He said, Amma! Amma! And the Amma came running. She held the little boy. She cuddled him to his heart, to her heart. She took him home and slowly boiled hot water, cleaned his foot of all that blood that was still trickling, fed him a little kanji with that egg masala. And as that hot, warm kanji went into his stomach, Ranga closed his eyes and thought of hot idli, sambar, karakorambu, chicken lollipops, and the stomach was full. And in his dream, he felt his mom's hand. She said, Ranga, Ranga, sleep. And she put some oil and some turmeric on his foot and on his head in that big log. It was painful. Amma, she said, sleep, my son, sleep, you will be well. And Ranga slowly drifted off into sleep. He dreamt of going to school. He dreamt of people, boys like him, who can wear little slippers and walk like kings. He dreamt of boys like him, who don't need to be the livelihood, the breadwinners of the family. Of boys who can touch books, read, hold a pencil, write, and say, good morning, teacher, and walk to the school. And he dreamt of helping many, many, many boys do that. And then he dreamt of good food, of karakorambu, of chicken, maybe mutton biryani with tail pachadi, maybe othersam. All that will come, for Diwali, because that's what usually comes. So he thought of Diwali. Can Diwali be every day for all my friends? He told himself. And he decided that he will somehow give a pair of slippers, a book, a pencil to hold, a class to attend, and maybe just hot kanji, or maybe even an adersam and karakoram. He grew up and he did very well. He would go to Kanyakumari, Vivekananda Rock, with his family, but he would look down, not daring to look at the sun, which caused him so much pain and hurt. Oh, the pain was still in his heart. He went up to the Waikiki beach, but he would just stoop and look at the sand, not daring to look up at the beautiful sun even as it came up. But he made a way for many to touch a book, to read, to hold a pencil, to go to school, and fed hundreds of children with good food on many, many days of their life. And that is Ranga.
Thank you very much. Very beautifully told. And you're a very fine actor. That was real drama. Yes. You played the characters very well. Do you want to tell people who that character is?
Yeah, it's my husband. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody? Any thoughts? Nina?
First of all, ma'am, it was just we were glued to what you were saying, and it was so clear. It was straight from your heart. So thank you so much for bringing up the story. Thank you.
Ma'am, Padmapriya here, the pain we could experience, from our legs to heart to our head. Like, it was amazing, our heart feels heavy. Thank you, ma'am.
The visuals were so very clear, and like how Padma mentioned, the thread of that subtle thread of that feeling, we could feel it throughout the story. And while we enjoyed listening to the mention of the delicacy names, still it was like we could feel the pain there also. Beautiful, very beautiful, Vasanthi. Thank you.
This is such a great encouragement because I've lined up many stories. I meet a lot of prison convicts, cancer survivors, orphans, and they're doing amazing work, just enthused and triggered by the pain that they are undergoing. And all your what should I say, appreciation, I'm very thankful.
Ma'am, I had planned to say so many things while I was listening, but now the tears won't stop. I think what stayed with me was the way you mentioned that the pain from the foot reaching the heart that really touched. And yes, all I want to do is have some kanji now with onions. Thank you.
Okay, so Vasanthi, thank you again. That was really wonderful.
Thank you.